I'm Matsuyorific. I'm joined once again by the lovely Mama Wolfbag and Dem.
Hey.
Hello.
And today's a sewing stream. I know, it's been so long since I've done anything crafty on this channel. And hey, you guys, we got webcam. It's been a while since I've done webcam. Anything with the webcam. We got Leo here. You guys can actually see his cute, spoiled face. And the way that he is like, Mama, love me.
Mm-hmm. He's like, what are you gonna do, Mama?
Yeah.
He's like, what?
I know. Well, for one thing, I need this stuff that you're about to go sit on, Leo. So,
Like, I'm not, Mama. I don't know what you're talking about.
And, oh, that reminds me. Meg, if you could also help me to keep an eye on chat. Because
yes, I can do that.
I'm probably not going to notice right away if somebody says anything.
Yep. I'm working on it. Right away.
Yep. Nobody's here right
Probably
now, but...
Yeah. I know.
So I did a poll, and this is what everybody voted on, because I have to finish this before Worlds.
And that's coming up.
Leo, no. No. Yes, it is. Month and a half. And...
well, I guess you got time, but still.
Yep. I kind of just... I've only just been able to, really start on this today. I did a little bit of, prep work last night, which was what I was doing when I realized that I had the wrong color. Oh, I didn't grab a sample swatch of the wrong color that I had, but this is the color I have now. As you can see, it matches very well with the image. Leo. The camera seems to make it a bit different, but I did grab those colors right off of an actual PNG of Raichu, and I took a plushie to the store to make sure that I got the right color, because they had bright orange, more orange than the orange flowers in my layout.
Too.
Yeah, they were not the right color orange. But I've got some pieces cut out here. These are actually going to be for the frills on the sleeves that you can see here. So I'm sewing this part, and then when I do get to this part, so this is going to be the part that connects to the sleeve, so so this part has to be the pretty part. But when I get to, once I have more of the dress put together, this is going to obviously get folded over like that, but I'm going to sew a simple thread through it so that I can bunch it up and create those ruffles. So this is a lot wider than what the sleeve is going to be. So that's how wide it is right now. It's going to be a lot, it's not going to be that wide once it's all put together, but yep. So got some thread here. Oh, I cut that a little too close to the spool. All right, there we go. Now the trick that I was taught back in home ec, oh, you can't even see the string, but the trick that I was taught is to hold the one end to your shoulder and then just stretch your arm out. I'm actually going to stretch it out a little bit further than that, because when I did because I did do the other sleeve and I ran just a little bit short. So I'm just going to do that.
Yep.
And then I can't really show this on camera very well, but this has a little slit in it so that I can just slide the string in there, and that'll keep it from unraveling on its own.
It's always helpful.
Yes. Alright.
Also, I noticed you're wearing a Steven Universe shirt.
Yes. Well, I'm not gonna wear my pajamas on stream.
That is fair.
Alright. Just gotta prep this. Putting a little knot at the end, but leaving a little extra room so that I can come in there later and tie another thread to that when I eventually sew the seams.
Mm.
Well, it's gonna be practically impossible to see what I'm doing because the camera's so far away that you can't really see.
We can just use our imaginations.
Yeah. I guess I could zoom in on that a little bit more. I was actually considering that before stream too. Let's see here.
Do you?
Weird. There it is. Just a little more like that. There we go. Okay.
Unlike live editing people.
Yep. Alright, that looks pretty good.
Yep. And I got my iPad pulled up for chat just in case anyone shows up, but so far no one yet.
Yep. Yeah, you're still not going to be able to see the thread, but that's just because thread is so thin.
Yeah. That's a key part of sewing too.
Yeah.
And have a thread too thick or it won't sew very properly.
Yep, I'm just knotting it so that it doesn't come out the other side. Alright, there we go. Okay. Oh, I've got these pins going the wrong way.
No.
Oh, okay. Let me just fix these two for now, and then I'll fix the others once I've done a bit more work, so that I can just swap the pins around.
Yeah, just don't pin yourself.
That's why I'm swapping them. Because currently they're facing in the direction that I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And you want them pointing away. You want the pins to be pointing in the direction you're going.
Yes. Which means Leo needs to stay away. Because this cannot be fun. And
oh yes, so when I was so for the bodice part, I've only got the back part cut out so far. But I basically just used a shirt as kind of a template and then added some extra seam length. Hello, Dee, welcome. Or some seam allowance is what it's called. But I was doing that on my bed because it was easier than trying to spread out on the table. And Leo was like, oh, I should sit there? And it's like, no, sweetheart, no.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, David, but I am older than 25.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Okay. Pin's actually kind of getting in my way a little bit.
At least it's not Leo.
Yep. I don't know exactly what this type of stitch is called, but
Cross stitch, I believe.
don't think it's called a cross stitch.
Oh yeah, cross stitch is where you make an X when sewing. Never mind. Also, David, I wouldn't advise keep guessing her age because she's never gonna tell you.
Yeah, no. Let's just say I'm old enough to remember when Pokemon was new.
That works.
Yeah. Like, it essentially kind of actually just more forms a, so the stitch is basically, so if you pretend that my finger is a stitch, so it comes in here, goes up here, and then it'll go down and sort of form a Z, and then make another stitch like that.
Okay, what advice David trying to spare your aging on the internet?
Yeah, can you delete that, please? Yeah, David, don't be giving out your age on the internet like that. It's a safety thing.
Do 10 for now. Start with 10-second timeout. If he continues to do it, I'll do it a little longer.
Yeah, guys. It's best not to give out your age on the internet because it is a safety thing, regardless if you're actually an adult or not. Like, you're also not supposed to ask a lady her age. This edge part is a bit more difficult because there's not as much for me to grab onto with my right hand.
Yep.
When the string is longer like this, you really have to be careful that it doesn't bunch up as well. Yeah, I figure doing it like this would allow it to have a bit more strength so I can actually run it through the wash. I also gravely underestimated how long a yard of fabric would be. Yeah. So the brown, I only had enough for the sleeves and the underskirt. So I'm gonna have to order more for the sash and the bow. Yeah.
At least now you know for next time.
Yep.
As we only did 10 seconds. Weird. Oh.
Did you accidentally do 10 minutes?
No, I did 10 seconds. I'm surprised yet. I suppose once people time them out, they're like, oh, this streamer hates me or something. Which is not the case, people.
No, it's just safety. If you don't follow the rules, that's what happens.
Yep. That's why I only did a 10-second boop.
Water.
Water break.
Leo.
Leave it alone, buddy. That way.
See, this is what he does. He comes over here and goes like behind me, and then expects me to be able to pet him when my hand is here and his head is back there.
David, okay, enough. No.
Yeah, David, no. That's...
5 minutes this time.
Yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have already told you multiple times before that I'm aromantic. But saying stuff like that is always going to come off creepy, regardless if I were straight or not.
Oh my god. Playing Booktopia and when I was like taking a nap and my joke's sleeping on the floor. Like, okay, there's plenty of room on the bed, but okay.
Although for the bodice, because I want to sew the seams, like I want to sew like the individual pieces edges down. But since the edge pieces are going to get sewn together in order to join them, that I'm probably going to do a single stitch, since that just needs to be laying down flat. But it's easier if I sew the edges down instead of trying before I pin everything, so that it's not constantly coming up and getting uneven. I've sewn together a lot of projects by hand.
And I believe you.
Okay, let's fix these pins. Yeah, when I was oops, wrong way. When I was pinning this down, I even used a ruler to make sure that the hem was actually lying straight the entire way. Hello, Cozy Anime Fan. Welcome. Doing good.
Hello, Cozy.
Hope you're doing well. Oh, shoot. That was going... Okay.
You're going the right way and then messed up.
Yep. I already had that one fixed, and I was treating it like I needed to fix it.
Oops.
Yeah, I accidentally got my pins going the wrong way. And if I don't fix them, I'm going to be pricking myself a lot.
No, it's not fun.
Nope. You like my design? Oh, thank you. I had a lot of fun designing it. I'm very much looking forward to this being done.
Yes.
Not just because of the project itself, but I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be like when it's actually finished. Looking forward to seeing my vision brought to life.
Yes.
Okay. It's kind of off screen, but I've got a little sponge here that I'm using as a pin cushion.
It works.
Yep. It came with my sewing kit, and that's what my sewing needle was pinned into. So I'm like, okay, I'll just use that. Alright, now I can continue working without worrying about pricking myself.
Yay.
Because if you remember what I was saying before about how Leo was kind of getting in the way earlier, or yesterday, he did actually cause me to hurt myself.
Oh, jeez, Leo.
And I thought I was fine. Hello, Commander Ray. Or Commander K. Welcome. Raichu's fire. Yes, it is a Raichu cosplay. So, to wear at Worlds. So I'm going to be wearing yellow cheek makeup, and I've got. I'm going to be designing some ear clips to stick into my hair. It'll look like Raichu's ears, which will be made out of craft foam. But those are a lot easier and faster to make. That only takes, like, in total, like 2 hours.
Mhm.
If anything, it's probably not even that long. I'm probably over-exaggerating. It's like the most tedious part is really just drawing it out, making sure that the size looks right, and then cutting everything out. Because after that, you just glue the pieces together. Wish you could girl the world, but you're too young. Oh.
Hello.
Hi, Fishy.
Hey, Fishy.
Hey, Leo. Oh, yeah, you guys get to see Leo, too.
I was like, Mama, what are you doing?
I was sewing.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful, because these needles are sharper than even your claws.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, kisses.
It's like, Mama, you said all I had to do was ask and you would pet me.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mama's hands are preoccupied.
Yes, and he is stepping right on the fabric and is like, that's where the pins are. I don't want you bleeding. Regardless if it's on the costume or not.
We don't want to have to. We don't want you hurting yourself.
Exactly.
We don't want to have to take you to the vet.
No.
Because you got injured. I understand you being a curious kitty, but...
You always thought Leo would look like Flag from Miraculous? Nope. Although I did draw some artwork of Leo with Cat Noir once. It was a chibi.
Nope. Leo is a tabby.
Yep, he's an orangey. I mean, we've talked about him being an orangey before.
Yeah, that's why we talk about him sometimes not having the brain cell.
Yup.
Because the joke is that all orange tabbies across the world...
Well, just orange cats in general, but yeah.
All orange cats across the world share one singular brain cell amongst them.
I told my boss that once, and she's like, "Oh, I must share. I must be sharing that too." Like, as in her, not me, but
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, I am finally caught up on Miraculous. I even saw the trailer for the last couple episodes that are coming out soon. I keep getting random songs stuck in my head. And just now a brand new song popped up.
What?
And it's a song you were singing the other day. On a prickly path that goes on for miles.
I love that song.
The
Yeah.
perfect pair.
Yeah.
Did you know that episode was actually released on my birthday?
Oh, that's cool.
Really?
Really?
That's neat.
Yes.
I've had stuff released on my birthday before. Though I can't
Same.
think of anything off the top of my head. But I know I've gotten really excited about stuff that I was waiting for that got announced to be released on my birthday. Saw a short of someone saying Adrian's whole family is lying to him. I mean, technically they are. I mean, everyone else in Adrian's family knows that his dad was Monarch. And they're all keeping that from him.
Is it lying or omitting the truth?
I would say in this case lying because they will like legitimately talk about him as if he's the hero that Ladybug says he was. They're perpetuating the lie. And like there was even an episode recently where Adrian was like, "Hey, I knew my father pretty well, and I can't imagine him being the amazing person that everyone says he was. So I want to talk to a lot of people and see if I can get a better idea of who my father was, and maybe I can finally start to see a clearer picture of him and start to understand why he did what Ladybug says he did." And Marinette's like, oh yeah, that's great, and basically just intercepts every person that he's about to go interview and is like, you better tell him that his dad was a hero. Cattle spotted. Yep. You can only see his ears right now, but yep, Leo is just chilling on my lap right now.
Being a good kitty.
Yep, for once.
Yes.
That went under. What I think is going to happen in the finale, I haven't really thought too much about it. Aside from, you know, Adrian will probably find out the truth. It's like, it would make sense that he finds out the truth. I can't see them trying to push this whole plot of keeping the secret from Adrian for another season. And like, I would actually understand some valid criticism there if they did do that and people started calling it repetitive. I'd be like, okay, yeah, if we're still holding on to the secret in season 7, yeah, that I would say would be repetitive. Lila's a maniac? I mean, we knew that. We've known that. Yeah, I don't know if this is... I don't know if there's like an actual term for this kind of stitch, but if there's not, I feel like this could be referred to as a Z stitch. Because it does kind of form Z's on the inside. You start watching...
I only know the names of a couple stitches.
Yeah. When you started watching as a little kid, you thought Lila was a bully and very mean. She's manipulative.
She is.
Yeah. Like
she's more than just mean. She's a manipulator. She has, like, what, 3 different women all thinking that they're her mom?
Yeah. Although, interestingly enough, we do see that she's actually in league with Tomoe now. And she actually does refer to Tomoe as mother, so I'm curious to know what that's about. Because, like, she's not gonna... Looks like there's no way that Tomoe actually believes Lila is her daughter. She's way too smart for that.
And then she has, like, what, like an entire other school believing that, like, she's a movie star and she was gone from that school because she was filming a movie.
Yeah. I am genuinely curious about her actual backstory. Like, not a lie, like not a story that she tells people, but like, what is her actual backstory? Where did she come from?
Lila isn't even her real name.
Nope.
And we don't even know if the name she's currently going by is actually her real name.
Mm-hmm.
Or just another alias.
You think Tomoe has 2 kids and used the peacock for both? But that kind of breaks the rule of the Peacock Miraculous, though, because even Gabriel and Natalie could only make a single senti being at a time. So Tomoe having 2 kids with that Miraculous, like, unless she did like what my Adra Twins AU did, where it's like in my Adra Twins AU, I explained them being twins through the whole Sentimonster thing as, well, they just commanded the senti being to be 2 eggs instead of 1. Or like to split. They commanded the egg to split, like actual twins do. But that's the only way that I could see Lila being a senti being made by Tomoe, when Kagami was made by Tomoe and still exists. Tomoe would not be able to make another senti being unless she makes Kagami disappear. So as long as Kagami exists, Tomoe cannot make another senti being. Gabriel was able to make senti beings because Adrian was made by Emily, not Gabriel. Hence why Emily's the one who got sick. But yeah, if they're not twins, then it would be impossible for them to have been made by the same person. And if they tried to explain it that way, I would call that bad writing. But I have more faith in the writers than that. It's like, I actually do like the writing in Miraculous. I think it has good writing. It's not the best writing all the time. And, like, Season 3 will always exist. But overall, I think it has decent writing. I don't think it's nearly as bad as the community will tell you it is. But it's because the community revolves around hating the show that I just can't be in the community anymore.
He'll be right back.
Okay. I think that's why she wanted to be close to Kagami? No, she wanted to be close to Kagami so she could find a way to use and manipulate her. And then Kagami showed her that she couldn't be manipulated, so she's like, oh, okay. Or no, that wasn't it. Yeah, so she got close to Kagami because... Sorry, it's been a while since I've watched seasons 4 and 5. She got close to Kagami because she wanted to ruin Marinette's life. She wanted to turn all of Marinette's friends against her. So she got close to Kagami as part of that goal to drive Kagami away from Marinette, so she would have one less friend. That's why she got close to Kagami. It had nothing to do with Tomoe. Tomoe wasn't even on her radar until she realized that Gabriel was Hawkmoth. And then when she got akumatized, she mind-controlled Natalie to send her all the information about Gabriel. And that's how she found out that Tomoe was working with Gabriel. Water break. It's a bit of a wide gap. Pin that down before I pull this one out. I think hypothetically Natalie could have had a child with the peacock if she chose to. Probably. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't work, but I can't imagine Natalie wanting to do that. So, I mean, aside from just simply her already being Adrian's mom. Hello, Captain Price, welcome. I also can't really see Natalie wanting to touch the Peacock Miraculous again after everything that's happened. Yep, this is a rare face stream because I have to finish this costume by the end of August in time for Worlds. So I've got a month and a half to finish this. I put out a community post about why I'm rushing for to finish this costume. And I also did a poll as well to see if you guys wanted me to stream working on my costume or working on my Persona video. And like 80% of you guys voted the costume stream, so it's like, okay. We're doing sewing streams. Not after her getting sick, she's never touching again. Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't see her ever wanting to touch that thing again after everything that happened. Peacock Miraculous is now with Felix, and I think it's gonna stay that way. Though I am interested to see him and his mom moving to Paris. So that was kind of what they were doing in that episode I mentioned where Adrian was interviewing people who knew his dad. Amelie and Felix were were in Paris. Well, Amelie herself was in Paris. I don't think Felix was, but she was specifically in Paris to look for a new place to live, or at least a Paris home, so that she and Felix could actually move to Paris and be close to everyone. Don't know how Felix deals with it so well. I mean, I'm sure part of it is the fact that he is a sentient being himself. Like, he can also relate to the sentient beings because of that. And I am saying sentient beings instead of sentient monsters because Felix himself said in the show that the term sentient monster is offensive. So it's like, okay, a sentient being himself has said that sentient monster is offensive, so I'm not going to use that word if I can help it. My mind is kind of like misgendering a fictional character. It's like, just because they're a fictional character doesn't mean you shouldn't respect them. I think Gabriel's parents are hippies. Or at the very least, like, were hippies. I don't think they're hippies now, but they probably were back in the 70s. I do like Gabriel's parents, though. I could see them raising the person that we hear Gabriel used to be. Although Amelie's parents, well, more her dad than her mom. Amelie's dad can crawl in a ditch. I'm sorry, he does not get a pass. He does not get to say, oh, well, I have this quirky trait. Well, oh, well, I like French fries, so I'm redeemable. No. Nah, that ain't how that works. You don't get to mistreat your wife like that and then treat your grandson like he's property. And then get to walk away a redeemed man just because you like French fries. Almost reached the end of this thread. It looks like nice people who would also be friends with Marinette's grandparents. Oh yeah, like especially Gina. Like definitely more so Gina than oh gosh, I can't remember his name right now.
I am back.
Welcome back. Yeah, I can't remember the name of Marinette's grandpa right now. Roland. That's right. It's like I know that he shares a name with another character from another show that I like. It's like, what was his name? Right, Roland. He shares a name with Sophia's dad. But yeah, like I don't think I could see Gabriel's parents getting along as well with Roland, but I could definitely see them getting along with Gina. Like, I'm sure, like, after they got to know each other, Roland would probably be okay with him. but Roland is very traditional. But I could definitely see them getting along with Marinette's grandma. Although, speaking of Roland, I really do hope that they commit to that episode's true theme. Because, like, they did everything they could to avoid actually saying that Roland was dying. But, like, it was very clear that they were using him selling his house as an allegory for him dying. And I really do hope that they commit to that and just commit to him being gone. And that's not to say that I don't like Roland. I think he's an interesting character. But I feel like that episode hits a lot harder under the context of Roland being about to pass away. Because Marinette's reaction is not that of someone who found out her grandpa is just selling his house. That is the reaction of a girl who found out that the grandpa she just met last year is passing away. And I will say that episode tore me up. Like, oh my god, I was bawling. That was so heartbreaking. Because I clocked on almost immediately to what they were doing. And, like, there are other shows that have done allegories for death like that didn't actually commit, but those were more like the only one that I can actually really think of off the top of my head. The one that I am thinking of is My Little Pony, when they did the story of Tank going into hibernation and Rainbow Dash couldn't handle that. Because they were using hibernation as an allegory for a pet passing away. But since that was actually like, oh no, he's just hibernating, and that's an actual thing that tortoises do, I feel like that one's a lot better. Especially since My Little Pony is aimed at even younger kids than Miraculous is. So Miraculous is aimed at 10 to 12-year-olds.
I'm looking at the wiki page for Roland. It says here in I can't.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
I'm not gonna try and say the episode's name.
Bless you. Yeah, the villains in season 6 have had some really weird names.
But it says it was revealed that Roland's health had been deteriorating and that the entire family hid it from Marinette until the former... Excuse me.
Bless you.
Until the former was near his end and told her the truth. Not long after the celebration of his 75th birthday, Roland passed away off-screen, leading to his house being sold, Gina getting custody of his pet mice, and Marinette and her parents receiving his family's yeast as an inheritance.
I mean, they never actually say in the episode that he was passing away. All they said was that he was selling his house. But Gina herself spends the episode upset that Roland doesn't have much time left, that life is so short, and if they were able to, she wishes that she could give Roland the younger life that she thought he would have always wanted. She's like, oh, your life wasn't adventurous enough. You didn't have enough adventure before you got old. And he's like, I didn't want that. And I don't think that it's selfish to wish that we had more time with our loved ones, but I do think it was kind of selfish of Gina to assume that Roland wanted a more adventurous life, because that's what she wants. She wants adventure in her life, but Roland has never been an adventurous type. That's kind of his whole thing. He's traditional.
He seems happy with the life he led.
Yeah. Thread is starting. Oh wow, I'm not even halfway through this. Okay.
Are you running low on thread?
Yeah. It's starting to slip out of the needle. How little is left.
Gonna have to tie 2 pieces of thread together.
Yup. Polly and Marinette stop being friends and she returns the fox pendant. You think she could give it to Suckleen? I doubt that's going to happen. Because, like, yeah, Alia's gonna be upset when she finds out the truth, but just because we're upset with our friends doesn't mean we stop caring about them.
This is true.
I can't see Alia deciding that she no longer cares about Marinette just because Marinette kept such a huge secret. Yep, and it slipped out. Okay. Alright. Take a quick water break before I get out some more thread.
You booped him, so he must lick the finger.
I'm surprised he actually knows the difference between my craft scissors and his nail clippers. Because he never freaks out whenever I pick up the craft scissors. But he will absolutely freak out if he sees me pick up these nail clippers. Although, just now he decided not to. Maybe because he knows he already got his nails clipped recently. No, kitty. Like, usually, if... Like, I guess he decided not to do it this time because he's on camera. and I'm calling him out. But usually, he will actually notice when I'm picking those up and then be like, nope, I'm out of here. Alright, just the one. Can I get that in there? So I'm trying to hide the thread. Or the knot. There we go. That way I don't have strings just sticking out all willy-nilly. So I'm hiding it in the seam. I think Leo is Flag's long-lost cousin. Nah, believe it or not, Leo is more behaved than Flag. Flag has no chill, and Leo at least has some. Alright. Now to trim off the excess. And that perfectly hides the knots.
Huzzah.
And that somehow just got me going. Huzzah, huzzah, royal prep.
For the red and green and
gold blue. Rod went to her vacation home overseas and saw this stray cat she'd been seeing since she was a baby. She named her Peaches because she's light peach colored. Aww. I actually did not name Leo. His previous guardian did. Though he came really close to getting a name change. But instead I opted to giving him different nicknames. Like Neomon and Monkey Butt. Whole neighborhood feeds the cat too. Aw. I have to say, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. If the poll had been a lot closer, then I could have justified doing video editing for tomorrow's stream. But the poll was not even close. And I've already finished recording everything that I need from gameplay, or at least for part 1. So I'm planning to do 3 parts. I'm going to break it down by groups of 3 palaces. So part 1 is Kamoshida, Madarame, and Kaneshiro. Part 2 will be Futaba, Okumura, and Sai. And then part 3 will be Shido, Yaldabaoth, and Maruki. There's a lot of stray cats all over Europe. There's a lot of stray cats everywhere, honestly.
Speaking of my family encountered one on Canada today. It was very friendly. But he or she looked very, very thin, and their coat looked a bit like matted in places, so that's why we assumed it was a stray.
Yeah, probably.
But they kept coming up to me and letting, and others, and just kind of watching us, and I even petted it.
I mean, it might just be a stray community cat, like the cat Cozy was talking about.
It's used to people.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen it before. Canada Day was the first time I'd seen that cat, and I haven't seen it since.
You think Cat Noir is a straight sometimes? I'm pretty sure he's housebroken. I mean, the times when he gets brainwashed into thinking that he is a cat, he always acts more like a friendly domesticated cat than a stray. Because strays are very people shy, usually, for the most part. Like, obviously there are exceptions, like, again, when you've got a stray community cat. And sometimes there will be mama cats that observe humans enough to understand that, hey, some humans are good and will actually take care of cats. And even though they themselves don't want to, they'll leave their kittens with humans to take care of. Hence the cat distribution system. She's pretty friendly. Yeah, that's because she's been socialized. Sorry, Leo, I gotta stretch my back out. Water break. Not halfway yet? Almost halfway. It's already 6:20.
We're halfway there.
Oh, living on a prayer. Leo, that's not a toy. He started batting at it. Fortunately, he was batting at the side that doesn't have pins sticking in it. I think all the Meowths, Persians, and Berserkers are related to Plague. Those are different universes. Heck, those are different multiverses. Although speaking of, I do hope that we eventually get to learn more about the different multiverses in Miraculous. I mean, for one thing, I would love to be able to visit that other world again from the Paris special.
You mean the one where they're evil?
Yeah, well, Emo's pretending to be evil, but yeah.
Nobody understands that.
Oh yeah, on a different note, I mentioned earlier how weird it is that so many Miraculous fans don't even like Miraculous, yet they call themselves fans. And that made me think about something else that has been causing a bit of controversy the past couple days in the Persona fandom. And it's like, people who say that they like Yosuke are quote-unquote defending him by insulting him and essentially calling him a boring one-note character. Because there was an interview. There was an interview the other day where where Wada, one of the creators, was saying, yeah, Yosuke, he's kind of, he could be a bit harsh towards newcomers, but we're not going to be changing him, but we are going to be updating his dialogue for the times. Which, so many people in the fandom are like, okay, so they're going to be toning down his homophobia. But there are people in the fandom that are acting like it's the end of the world, that Yosuke's not going to be homophobic, and are saying that he's being watered down and into a nothing burger. And it's like, excuse me? You talk as if homophobia is all there is to Yosuke's character.
Also, we haven't even heard his new dialogue yet.
It's like, are you really saying that the only reason you like Yosuke is because he's homophobic?
If so, that's messed up.
That's messed up. So I came across a post the other day that was like, yeah, it's Yosuke without the internalized homophobia. So it's like, so basically a burger with nothing on it. And it's like, there is so much more to Yosuke than his homophobia. Literally, like, I'm not saying they need to completely remove it altogether, just tone it down, and, when Kanji says he's not gay, drop it. But don't sit there being, like, full stereotype, oh, Kanji, you say you're not gay, but I know that you are, and because I know that you're gay, I'm worried that you're going to SA me.
Yeah, that left a bad taste in my mouth, even when the game
first
came out. I was just like, ooh.
And, like literally, the only thing that affects, story-wise, is that one bit at the during the camping trip when Yosuke implies that, and Kanji gets mad and is like, fine, I'm gonna go sleep in the girls' tent. And then the girls freak out when he storms in, knock him out, and then go to you and Yosuke's tent because they can't stay there because they're worried about Kanji being mad when he wakes up. That's literally the only thing that Yosuke's homophobia actually affects. It has no other role in the story.
It's just him making unnecessary comments that you're like, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is not okay to say.
And like,
check yourself.
And like, honestly, I kind of call BS on the whole comment of, oh, Yosuke is just, not warm to newcomers. When, like, he approached you. you helped him out of the trash can, and suddenly he's your best buddy.
Yeah, because you helped him out of a trash can.
And then, sure, he's like, acts that way towards Kanji, but when Risei and Naoto join, he's all for letting them join the group. He's not standoffish towards either of them. At least, not Naoto any more than everyone else was at the start, before she actually joins the group. But once she joins the group, everyone welcomes her with open arms, including Yosuke. And, like, people act like there's no difference between censorship and updating. It's like, that's kind of the whole point of a, like, that's kind of the whole ideal point of a remake, is to fix what didn't work.
It's being like, oh, this is, like, the way we had this character talk in a previous version was quite offensive and rude to this group. Let's not do that again this time around.
Yeah.
It's not censoring, it's realizing, hey, we wrote this in a kind of offensive, rude, stereotypical way. We've since learned times have changed. You know, that wasn't okay now, and it's like, and it, even though we did it back then, we should have realized it wasn't okay then. But we are very much aware now that it's not okay, so let's not do that again.
Yeah, it wasn't okay then, but it was more socially accepted.
Yeah.
Which is why they didn't really think. So I can understand them not even thinking about it.
Especially in Japan.
Is Lady Noir the equivalent of Catwoman? Kind of. But, yeah, like, I can understand them not thinking about how that would come across as offensive at the time, because at the time we were only just starting to have these conversations. And they weren't nearly as big as they are now either.
And that was, we were starting to have these conversations in the West.
But, like, it made it hard to like Yosuke at times. Because, like, that's literally the only thing about Yosuke that I can say I actively do not like about him. Without the homophobia, and, like, a lot of fans like to headcanon that it's internalized homophobia due to the cut content where he was supposed to have a romance link with in his social link. So a lot of fans have headcanoned that he acts that way as it's internalized homophobia because he's still in the closet himself. And it does make it easier to swallow, but I'd rather have no issue swallowing it in the first place. Yeah. And I'm glad that they've listened to fan criticism. Because this criticism came out before we really started having remakes. Before the idea of a remake was as well known and overdone as it is now. And it's one of the things where a lot of people who wanted Persona 4 to get remade, it's one of the reasons why we wanted it remade in the first place. So that they could fix the issues with the character dialogue that are not okay and are not acceptable today. like, people act like he's not going to have anything to his character anymore because they tone down the homophobia. Like, obviously they can't fully remove it because of the camp scene, but they can tone it down and have him just flat out stop afterwards.
Yeah, have his comments not be so offensive and you know, just rude and leaning into dangerous stereotypes.
Yeah. Because anyone who's done any kind of research into it knows that that was the common thing that went around back then. Because, like, there were even advertisements, like PSA advertisements that you would see on TV that would warn kids. These were aimed at children. They would warn kids to stay away from gay men, because otherwise you would get SA'd. Which is so
unsubstantiated.
Yeah.
Just hearsay and just incredibly offensive to him. Like, the fact that people were implying that when it's like there are no statistics to back up your claims. Like, there's nothing.
Yep. The other one that was really popular was...
It's like...
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just like, just because there have been instances of SAers being gay does not mean every person that has SA'd a child is gay. You can't judge an entire, like, group of people based on the actions of some just despicable individuals. Because if so, then we should judge every straight person. Because the vast majority of SA cases against children have been done by straight men.
Yep. Random question, do you know the meme of Gabe dancing down the stairs when Natalie sees him? Yeah, I remember that. I remember that all too well. That was weird.
Never seen. I haven't seen that scene.
Honestly, it just reminds me of when people got mad because Reload changed that one girl at the beach. Because that was also an offensive stereotype. Because there was another stereotype that basically went that trans women were simply gay men looking for straight men to assault. And in Persona 3, both original Persona 3 and Persona 3 Portable, or not Persona 3 Portable, Persona 3 FES, after hitting on girls at the beach, the very last girl that they hit on, Junpei notices that she has some hair on her chin, and then suddenly her voice gets deeper, and Junpei has the classic line of, "She's a he!" Which was playing into that stereotype that trans women are simply gay men looking to trick other men into sleeping with them.
The whole, they're a trap, and it's like, no.
Yeah. And in Portable, because, that scene also got a lot of controversy. So in Persona 3 Portable, when they do that scene again, they instead have Kashiwagi the creepy female teacher from Persona 4 be the one that they talk to. And then they get creeped out by her just being a predator. Because they realize she's older in a PDF file. And nobody batted an eye at that. Nobody cared about that. I've been in this fandom for a long time, and literally nobody cared that they swapped the trans woman out for Kashiwagi when Portable came out. But because she's not there in Reload, and they swapped her out with the Crystal chick, suddenly it's censorship, and it's so horrible that it's not the same person from the original game. And it's like, nobody cared when it was Kashiwagi. Why do you care now? Some changes are good. If you don't make any changes at all, then why are you remaking it? I think someone gave him too much sugar. I'm having a hard time remembering the context of that. I just remember that something happened that made him really happy. So he starts humming to himself and then dances down the stairs. And it was weird.
Like, this is very out of character. I do not know if I am okay with this.
Yeah, it just baffles me that people act like that's the only thing about Yosuke's character. It's like, if that's your favorite thing about Yosuke, if that's where you draw the line, that he's no longer homophobic, then I'm sorry, but you're the problem. I think it was the pancakes. Maybe. I mean, we know his pancakes aren't very good.
No, that even says so.
What are the perks of being a baker's daughter? I gotta say, though, that scene was really satisfying. She tore into him.
Can't remember exactly what she said about the pancake.
Just kind of that it was bland. I'm sure people have uploaded the clip onto YouTube.
I think she says something about him using too much or too little.
Yeah. Oh, it was probably too much flour. Yeah, I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched it. I don't know. I might do a Miraculous rewatch sometime. I mean, I've got the perfect excuse.
You know What's wrong with your pancakes? Way too much flour, or not enough butter. You're using an old, completely outdated recipe. No one makes them with that anymore. That's the thing about being a baker's daughter. You try to know the J's lists. You should have taken Marinette's advice, father. Your pancakes taste just as bad as ever. For Adrian, I'll eat even your pancakes, sir. Everybody's just roasting Gabriel on his awful pancake.
I have to say though, it is going, like, I don't think that's actually going to be the case. We only have this much left. Like, that would have been so, honestly, kind of heartbreaking and frustrating, honestly, if we just spent the entire stream on this one piece. If it took me 3 hours just to do this part.
Hey, sewing takes
Yeah,
time.
that'd be fun.
Yes, it does. I don't assume there's going to be like a traditional costume contest at Worlds.
Probably not.
But I would love to
It's
enter
not-
this into like an actual cosplay contest at some point.
That'd be cool.
Especially with the caveat of the whole thing being hand-stitched.
Oh, this game has me going after the weirdest things sometimes.
Oh, it's, Stardew Valley or whatever.
Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I was chasing after a lost snowflake.
Oh, sheesh.
Was it a special snowflake?
Well, it was one that was like flying around and had me chasing after it. Now to find Olaf and return this to him. Where is that snowman? There he is. Apparently he knows the exact number of snowflakes because he's just told me it's a little 4,358.
Oh, good grief.
You know, something told me that was probably a frozen request. I think Gabriel had a small crush on Natalie. Oh, that's canon. That's not even debatable. Like, you can see how much he cares about Natalie. He just doesn't allow himself to have feelings for her because he thinks that it would be unfaithful to Emily.
Even though Emily, for all intents and purposes, is, gone.
Yeah. Because she wanted Gabriel to be able to move on. I think she would have been really happy if Gabriel and Natalie had actually gotten together. And if Natalie had been able to help Gabriel to get past the loss of his wife. So honestly, I kind of feel like had he actually given up after failing with Style Queen, had Chloe not shown up with the miraculous and become the perfect target, I think that Gabriel actually could have finally let things go and possibly even moved on with Natalie eventually. Like, it would have been anticlimactic as an actual end to the story. But, like, for the sake of the characters, I would have been happy with it. But, like, I can understand why that wouldn't have been a good way to end the story. It's like, after everything they've been through, you want the story to end with a big battle. And with his identity being revealed. You want them to actually defeat him, not for him to just give up. That one scene where he told Natalie to call Gabe because they're family and she said no? Wait, what? Sorry. Not sure which scene you were referring to. I bunched up a little bit there. Stop punching up. I'm almost done with this part. What? What's that monkey butt?
Leo.
Stretch? Oh, and he's stretched too.
Careful, Leo.
Pasture a bit. Oh. Monkey bud. You nearly made me prick myself. No, you're making it very difficult to stream to sell right now. Not to stream.
Stream and sew at the same time.
Streaming is fine. It's sewing that's the problem. Something outside? Leonine.
He's like, stop sewing, Mama. Pay attention to me. Leo.
I think Natalie feels guilty for what she's done, and that's why she doesn't tell Adrian the secret. So I think the reason why Natalie doesn't share this secret is because one, Marinette told her not to, but also two, like, I think she understands Marinette's point that the truth would hurt Adrian. Because Natalie's always known Gabriel's motivations. And she's always known that Gabriel does care about Adrian. Like, he definitely went off the deep end during that last season. To the point where she understood that he was going too far and things needed to stop. But she always knew that he had a reason for doing the things he was doing. that's dangerous. Excuse me. Hey, Lexi. Oh, thank you. How's camp? Hope you've been having fun.
Yeah, but mosquitoes are worse out there.
Oh yeah, I hate mosquitoes. Yeah, I've shown my face in videos before. It's just that ever since I discovered VTubing technology, it's easier to use the model than it is the webcam. I think Natalie has the best peacock outfit. Yeah, I do wish that every peacock user didn't get colored skin. But
Like, why they gotta have blue skin? Like, why are we giving them an unnatural skin tone? None of the other miraculous users get unnatural skin tones.
yeah, I don't think that there's a single. I don't think I've seen a single other. Yeah, I don't think any of the other miraculous give a different skin tone. Like they'll change hair colors. Like with Pegasus having white hair and Rena Rouge having orange hair with white tips.
But yeah, no, they all usually keep their regular skin tone. It's only the Peacock Miraculous that just randomly gives people blue skin.
Yep. And I saw theories back in the day that it was because the Miraculous was broken, but then Shadow Moth had purple skin.
Yeah, it's like at that point it had been fixed.
Mm-hmm.
So there goes that theory.
It still honestly kind of baffles me that back when we only had the one season and people were making theory videos about theorizing if Gabriel was Hawkmoth, not a single person mentioned the fact that they had the same voice actor. Because Keith Silverstein has a very distinct voice.
Yeah, and it's not like he changed it between Gabriel and Hawkmoth.
Mm-hmm. Though I will say that even with the purple skin, Shadow Moth was easily the best Gabriel villain design. But I will say that I am glad that Season 6 gave all of the miraculous holders a glow up. Because, like, all of the hero designs are absolute glow ups. Rose and Nathaniel got glow downs, but everyone else definitely got some nice glow ups. I just don't like Rose's giant eyeshadow on top of her already having unusually large eyes. Like, nothing against people who wear that kind of eye makeup, but, like, I don't think it looks good with Rose's design. I think it needed another attempt. And also her short hair, too. It's like, we got confirmation that it's a wig. But, like, I liked the hair length that she had before. She had because, you know, she had a pixie cut, but it still had some length to it. And it was very cute on her. But her new cut is, her new wig is way too short, in my opinion. I don't mind her clothes, I just don't like the loud eye makeup and short hair on her. So I think if Juleka had that kind of makeup look, obviously with, you know, the right colors for her, not the bright pink, but I could see that for Juleka. And I like Juleka's makeup look in Season 6 as well. I think it very much suits her. But I also think she would be able to pull off Rose's makeup look a lot better than Rose does. Oh, come on. There it goes. Keen out. Not to be rude, but they made her ugly. Yeah, it's the makeup and the hair, honestly. It just doesn't work with her giant eyes that she already had. So that's like that's kind of the appeal of that kind of makeup look, is to make your eyes look bigger and to really draw your eye toward the eyes. Well, Rose already has much larger eyes than the other characters. Did I make that? No, okay. Well, that's just because of the pen. Alright.
What happened?
I did. Wait, what? The back of this doesn't look right, but the front does.
Uh-oh.
It just missed it somehow. Okay, that's weird. Some of the stitching was only on one side and not the other. Did I hear Pooh just now?
Yes, you did. That's what the latest expansion was about. The Honeyglow Woods. It's all Winnie the Pooh themed to celebrate 100 years of Winnie the Pooh.
Well, that's cool. Man, that means Pooh Bear is old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 100 years of him existing in the world.
And I assume that's like the actual storybook and not the Disney version.
Yeah, not the Disney version, no. But like 100 years of just the character Winnie the Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's been 100 years since A.A. Milne published the first ever stories that introduced the world to Pooh Bear.
Yeah, that's like the R-rated version of Winnie the Pooh, and yeah, I have no interest in seeing that.
Oh, yeah, that's
Same.
those like the minute Winnie the Pooh entered public domain, people were like, let's make a dark, twisted horror movie with an unaliver who goes around wearing a Winnie the Pooh costume while he unalives people. And then the minute, I think they did something, another group did something similar the minute the oldest Mickey Mouse design, so like the Steamboat Willie era version of him became public domain. They were like, let's do a dark, twisted horror reimagining of this character design. And like all of them are just like fall into like stereotype horror movie stereotypes and just like, oh, like the whole thing of like, what, oh, let's take this cute wholesome childhood thing and make it twisted and dark, and it's just like, wow, it's not like we haven't seen that done hundreds of times now. Watch, I bet you the minute Snow White falls into public domain in like a couple of years from now, people are gonna be like, let's take the 7 dwarfs and do something dark with them.
I hope not.
I think Snow Whiter had a darker thing out too already. Next, like I know, like the original story of Snow White is already in the public domain.
Yeah, it's like Snow White, the actual like fairy tale is public domain. I'm talking about like when the Disney version, so like their variation of the dwarfs, you know, Sneezy, Happy, Dopey. Because the Disney version of Snow White will enter public domain in a couple of years. Because it's basically 90 years after something has been created that it falls into public domain. Because there's like, there already have been dark takes, darker versions of fairy tale, like the Grimm's fairy tales, because the Grimm's fairy tales are already public
dark.
domain. Because those are stories that are like literally hundreds of years old at this point. But I'm specifically talking about like the Disney variations of those stories.
Come on, I don't want to have to keep snipping you down just to get you to go through the thread. Look with the needle. There. Got very little of this thread of this left. I just want to tie a knot so it stays nice and secure. The only way I can do that is to make the loop with it in the needle, make the knot loop using the other end of it, and then just pushing it through, which can only work to the full effect if I let it slip out of the hole.
So they added a new like animal companion with the expansion. You can now have like a little hedgehog. But what's cool about the hedgehogs that you can befriend in the Honeyglow Woods is that they're not regular hedgehogs. They're little plushy hedgehogs. If you look closely at them, you can see little stitching around their legs and their ears.
Oh, I mean that makes sense for Winnie the Pooh expansion.
Yeah, cause you know, I thought that was very fitting for Winnie the Pooh because I'm like, oh, they're like plush animals like Pooh and Piglet and Eeyore and Tigger and.
That just frayed it even more. I just want to get one more knot. Okay, got it. Come on. Just one more knot.
If you and your friends were Pokemon, who would you be?
Got it. Okay. If I was a Pokemon, I don't know what species I'd be, but I'd definitely be a fairy type. And I know you'd be a water type.
I do have a Pokesona.
Oh yeah, isn't it an Oshawott?
It's a Vaporeon Oshawott fusion.
Ah, that makes sense.
Like my favorite water starter. And my favorite evolution. put them together.
Okay. That is going to become the frills on the sleeve. Well, I will say that
Just gotta gather them.
Yep. I will say that I do wish that was a bit longer.
I saw this thing where it's like if you didn't have the type of, because there's like a foot you can get for a sewing machine that like does the gathering to make ruffles and frills and things. But people were like, but if you don't have that type of foot for a sewing machine, a way to get even like pleats and frills is you take a fork. So that the spacing between each one is even. I saw some people do it in some videos, some sewing videos that I saw. I was like, huh. Who knew a fork could be so useful for so many tasks?
No, I wouldn't be in Alolan Raichu. Raichu may be my favorite Pokemon, but Electric is not my favorite type. Okay. Now I can do the back, or I can do the skirt. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of dreading the actual bodice of the dress. But I have to do it eventually. It's gotta get done. This is a different kind of spool than the other thread because I specifically got this to match with the thread.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want it to be close, I wanted it to be exact.
She will be streaming tomorrow, but she will be doing her Sunday.
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier too. I'm not sure what exactly I'm gonna do tomorrow about stream tomorrow. Because, like, if the poll that I had done was a lot closer, then I could absolutely justify doing editing in tomorrow's stream. But it wasn't even close. I think like 2 people voted for me to stream. Actually, no. I think it was 1 person who voted for me to stream the actual editing process. And then 2 people voted for me to stream my secret project that I have that's going into that. And then the rest voted for sewing stream. Check on that poll too.
Like,
yeah.
I get why people. I get why people would vote for the sewing stream because, you know, Worlds is coming up. So at the end of August, you know, you only have so many weeks to get your dress done so that you can wear it to Worlds.
I mean that, and I also did a poll a separate poll recently, asking what's my, you know, what people's favorite games series that we play, and it was between Persona, Pokemon, and Chill Life Sims, and Pokemon got 77% of the vote.
Yeah, so it's like this is related to It's like this dress she's making is related to Pokemon. It's an Alolan.
No,
Raichu.
Cantonian.
Or Cantonian. It's a Cantonian Raichu dress, inspired, like, magical girl dress. And so, since it's Pokemon related, they will, you know, and people love to come and see Pokemon.
Yep. So I honestly don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. If I'm going to work on this or if we're just going to keep playing portable. Because I've got I've got all the gameplay recorded for my video. I just have to finish scripting.
Yeah.
She's gonna have
she's gonna have a big hair bow. If I'm
no, they're gonna be hair clips that are going
Right.
to look like Raichu's ears. Like on my 3D model, it's got hair bows, but that's because you can't really make animal. You can't really make ears like that.
You're limited to what you can do with the VTuber.
Yeah, I'm limited to what I can do with that program. But with this, I'm only limited by the materials I can get my hands on. And my imagination. Well, and also, I guess, my skill level as well, but...
Yeah. Even, you know, with each new project, you learn something.
Yeah, like, I've never done this kind of Z-stitch before. But it occurred to me that that probably would be a lot more secure. And I might even feel comfortable putting it in the wash. Instead of, you know, hand washing everything. Because I'm worried about the seams ripping and it falling apart. Which was the whole reason why I wanted to commission it in the first place. Yeah, I'll have clips that I'll be putting in my hair that for the ears. But I'm not going to work on those on stream, because, like, sewing, I can just sit here in front of the camera, and you can still at least kind of see what I'm doing. But for those, I need to be at the table. That's not something I can easily do sitting here in bed. Although, as I said before, I'm going to be doing this as a single stitch. Just because this just needs to be folded in. It's when I combine all of the pieces together that it needs to be secure. Well, I will say this though. This is the first time I've worked with a fabric that doesn't really have a negative side. Well, I guess it... Well, no, I guess it does. I'm at least doing it on the right side. Oh gosh, that would have broken my heart if I'd realized that I was on the wrong side, but I could not tell when I was working on this in the living room which side was the negative and which was not. Although maybe that was more for the other fabric, because this fabric is thicker, since this is the actual dress. So all this other fabric is way too thin to actually put on my body. Because you can't really see it through the camera, but like, I can see Leo through this fabric. I can see his head. And, yeah, you don't really want that on your body, covering parts that need to be covered.
Agreed.
It's fine for the accents, though. It's like, even the white in the middle, I can make that work by simply having a white panel and then have the fluffy, the more like fluffed out over top of it. So like with that being 2 layers. You're gonna organize all your Silver Tempest Pokemon. Is that one of the card sets?
Yeah, I think it's one of the actual trading card game.
Yeah, my
sets.
brain went to the possibility of that being a ROM hack.
You're good.
Yeah, another reason why I want to do this as a single stitch and not care as much about how it looks is because it's faster.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm going to be stitching the pieces together anyways. Let's just make things faster. Which will also mean that I'll be able to make the thread go a lot longer too. Or further.
Excuse me.
Excuse. Well, I will say this, that I did expect to be getting through this a bit faster. because I was procrastinating on preparing the other pieces of the bodice by working on my Thunderstone that I'm sewing together as well. What I did was I made a custom pattern by creating I took a foam block, carved it into a stone shape, covered that in cling wrap, and then covered that with paper mache, let it dry overnight, then drew some lines along the edges and cut it open and apart.
Leo?
Oh, he's good. He was just stretching.
Oh. I know, but the way he was stretching, it almost looks like he was gonna, like, bonk your mic.
Nah.
Anyway, sorry.
That's alright. I was almost done with that story anyways. Yeah, I got the idea from some doll customizers and watching those videos. He knows it's getting close to time. Well, at least with all the work I've gotten done today, I'm able to get some more pins back, because I was kind of starting to run out of pins. Hello, Potion Master, welcome! How's it a Raichu cosplay? Am I going to wear it? Yep. I will be wearing this to Worlds. It's going to look like the picture right there.
Or at least close to it. Leo!
Just want attention.
Yep.
He's like, Mama, pet me.
He wants to remind me of the time.
Yep.
He's like, Mama, it's almost dinner.
Half an hour, Mama. He's just staring.
Yep.
Oh, Leo, don't walk on the fabric.
He's fine. As long as he doesn't touch any pins.
You see it? I'm very early in the process right now. So, like, this is just kind of the back piece to the bodice. I still got a lot of work to do. But I will be showing it off once it's done. Am I going to post a video or a vlog wearing it? Yeah, I'll be posting pictures and stuff. And I'm hoping... One of the reasons why I'm making that Thunderstone I mentioned out as a plush, because I'm hoping that I will find some good sports cosplaying as Pikachu at Worlds who will agree to take a video with me of me throwing the Thunderstone at them. Which is why it has to be made out of plush.
It must be very, very soft.
It must be soft.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay.
What's Worlds? It's a big Pokemon competition for the trading card game and also VGC. It's basically the final world tournament. So if you look at Pokemon Worlds, you'll be able to see a lot of videos and stuff. And they typically make announcements at Worlds as well for the new Pokemon games. There have been years when they haven't announced anything, but more often than not, they usually announce something new. And sometimes they even have demos of the new games. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a demo for Winds and Waves, but it would be really cool if there was. Because they did have a demo for Legend ZA last year at Worlds. And if they have a demo for Winds and Waves this year, that's going to be really exciting. And I would absolutely share a video of me playing it too. Some Pokemon games at Gen Con? Yeah, but that's a more generalized convention. This is specifically for Pokemon. Because it's run by the actual Pokemon Corporation.
Yeah, and also, if people are aware, I think Wolfie, I forget his full username, but
Wolfie VGC.
He was also part of Worlds.
Yep. He usually competes. And I think he's got a meet and greet set, too. I'm going to camp tomorrow. Have fun. My friend Lexi just came back from camp.
Yep.
You're going to Gen Con at the end of this month. Oh, yeah, have fun. I only have the money to go to one big event like this per year. And so this is my one event. And even then, I always have to go with someone else because I don't drive. But I'll be going with some friends of the channel. JJ the Phoenix, the Tort Sage, or the Turtle Sage, aka Galen, and also August Frogosaur, who we usually just call Frog.
Yeah. World's located, I believe,
San Francisco.
Chicago this year.
No, it's in San Francisco, California.
Oh, and I'm thinking of something else that was in Chicago then.
And my day job, I book rooms, so we're going to be staying at a hotel within the chain that I book rooms for.
Nice.
Because I get 5 free nights through my job. So I basically just get free hotel rooms. But since it's 2 guys and 2 girls, we're basically using my 5 free nights for the 2 rooms. So one of the rooms we're only getting 2 of the nights free, but we're all going to split the cost of the 3rd night on that second room. Which the rates were $200 a night.
Jeez.
And I managed to get it down to 170. So that's going to be $40 per person for an event hotel. So for the entire 3 nights, we're each spending a little over $40 on the hotel room. Who's that talking? That is my friend Meg, Mama Wolf Meg, who's also in chat. She's a moderator. And then also...
Or was.
Yeah. And, well, you were in chat, but you're still a moderator.
Yes.
And then there's also Remembering Mermaids, who's not in chat, but he's also a mod and my best friend.
Named Fishy.
Yes. That's it. Yeah, well, Remembering Mermaids is his username, but Fishy is what we call him.
Yes.
How long does this take to sew? Well,
It varies.
I am
Like,
back.
it really depends, because this is only a single stitch, because all I'm doing is sewing the seam down, so that when I pin them together, I don't have to worry about this coming up. But...
Right.
Also, welcome back, Fishy.
Welcome back, Fishy. But for this, that took a little over 2 hours. That took 2.5 hours to sew just that one side.
Mm-hmm.
No, Fishy's not his real name. We don't use real names here unless the person themselves is already using their real name in their username. We just go by usernames and nicknames. It's like Matsuyo.
I mean, I could give my real name, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, so like Matsuyo is not my real name. I'm not actually Japanese. But like people will call me Matsu because it's short for Matsuyo. So a lot of people find it easier to say than Matsuyo.
For sure.
Yeah, shortening of the username.
Yep.
And then my nickname is one that's like related to my interest.
Yes.
Yes.
It's something my
Leo.
it's something my
Like-
partner started calling me,
Mm.
and then other people just adopted it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before you started going by Fishy, I always called you Suki.
Yeah.
Which is the Japanese word for like.
You have quite a while for supper, Mr. Leo.
Because
No.
you were a cringy teenager, and I was a cringy young adult who still had the mindset of a teenager. Like, we both had that cringe mindset.
I think we all do nowadays.
Oh no, I'm talking about the self-insert kind of cringe. Not
Oh.
the YouTube, not the popular on YouTube type of cringe.
Not the I am cringe, but I am free.
Yeah.
Oh.
The early teenager years where you're like, where people are like, you know, that time period you get super into anime, so you just start sprinkling random Japanese words into your vocabulary.
Yep.
Because you learned them from watching subbed versions of shows. I will watch subtitled versions if there isn't a dub, but I prefer dubs because then I'm not focused on reading what the words that appear on screen and run the risk of like missing an important like visual thing that's happening on screen.
Yeah, same.
Mhm.
And like, if I'm watching something while also working on a project, it has to be dubbed because I can't be staring at subtitles. I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing.
Mhm.
which is why I will never watch Cardcaptor Sakura while I'm crafting or drawing, because unless it's Clear Card, because Clear Card and the second movie are the only Cardcaptor Sakura dubs that are good.
Also, hi, Omar.
Hey, Omar.
It's so sad because it's like, okay, you did Clear Card, which means you have casted like every important character. Please, Funimation, just find a way to get the rights to the original anime and make a faithful dub that actually sounds good and doesn't cut out any scenes.
Like, people...
We have two English dubs of Cardcaptor Sakura. One that has good voice acting, but it heavily edited the show, removed any references to the show, the story being set in Japan.
Whoa. Hey, don't go disrespecting your mom like that. That was uncalled for. Like, fine if she interrupted the stream, but that doesn't make her an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
That's uncalled for. No, I don't pick your Pokemon. It's random, but you can change it. You randomly got a Crunchyroll ad. That's funny. Oh yeah, apparently you can't watch Crunchyroll anymore unless you're paying for it now. So I tried to...
Not true. You need to at least have an account.
That's weird though, because I was logged into my account, and it still wouldn't let me watch Cardcaptor Sakura, even though it didn't say it was premium.
Weird.
It said that I didn't have the permission to do it. It's like, why can't I watch it? It's not locked behind premium. I should be able to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tried, it was telling me to sign up for premium. It's like, no. So, if you could... So, the command is... So, !avatar. And then put a space there after avatar. And then the name of the Pokemon that you want.
It's like we've got two, like I was saying, we've got two dubs of Cardcaptor Sakura. One that has at least decent voice acting.
I'm not gonna mute you. I'm just saying, you know, I appreciate that you're enjoying this stream, but no need to disrespect your mom like that.
It's like one that has decent voice acting but heavily edited the show.
Mm-hmm.
Took out any references of the series taking place in Japan. Changed character names.
Changed storylines.
Heavily edited out anything that had to do with characters potentially being queer.
Changed actual characterizations. I am not... Sakura Avalon is not Sakura Kinomoto. I'm sorry. They are two completely different characters with different personalities. That is not the character that Clamp created.
And then you have a second dub that is more faithful to the original, but there are moments where they did not wish to dub certain scenes, so it'll just suddenly switch to the Japanese audio with subtitles. And the voice acting is just terrible.
Yeah.
And some characters have a different voice actor every season. Tomoyo, I think she had a different voice actor for all 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And they did not do a good job like trying to like maintaining a specific voice for her. Like she sounded different in all 3 seasons.
Because like I don't have a problem with them changing voice actors as long as the voice actors like at least sound very similar to each other. Like if you can make it a seamless transition, then absolutely, you know, if you can make it seamless, then absolutely go for it. But like
if scheduling conflicts come up and you need to replace a voice actor because like they don't have time, that's fine. But like if you've decided on a voice for the character, then the person who is going to take over the role should try and sound as much like the voice that you've established for the character in the first place.
Yeah.
But you could tell with Tomoyo that like, oh,
yeah,
she's now being voiced by somebody else.
Yeah. 'Cause, like, there have been many situations where they've changed voice actors, or like just in general, because of one reason or another, and like I didn't even notice until looking up the voice actors themselves. It's like I never noticed that James had a different voice actor throughout the different seasons of Sophia the First. I noticed he's got a different voice actor in Royal Magic, but like I never.
That's because it's like we all knew that was going to happen because it's like so much time has passed in real world.
Yeah.
That like all the previous actors that did voice him have all gone through puberty and can't sound like that, like a young boy anymore.
Yeah.
So we all knew, being like, okay, they're supposed to, when Royal Magic was announced, it was confirmed that this is pretty much only a few months after the end. This is taking place only a few months after the end of the original Sophia, the first series. So all the characters are meant to be the same ages that they were at the end of Sophia the First.
And I think it's fine that
okay.
Yeah, and I think it's fine that he sounds noticeably different in Royal Magic because it's not back to back like Sophia the First original 4 seasons were. But like in the original run, all of the voice actors were so close to each other that you don't even notice it's a different actor each season.
Yeah, some of them took over like midway through a season, and you're just like, oh. You learned after the fact if you paid attention to like watching the credits or you looked up like, and you're like, oh, starting from this episode onward, James was now voiced by this person. I didn't even realize that they had changed it.
Yep.
And that does happen more commonly with young boy characters. Either an adult woman voices them so it's consistent throughout, or if they do want to have a boy who is the age of the character voicing him, they eventually have to change it because it's like, okay, the character's not aging necessarily at the same rate that the actor actually is.
Which honestly is why so many young boys in media or in animation are played by women, because the woman can more consistently do the voice for many years versus a younger boy who is going to go through puberty and have to deal with his voice changing, and then you have to swap him out. I mean, there's also the fact that, you know, adult women can work longer hours. Because children have legal limits of how long they can work.
Thank you, child labor laws.
Yes.
whereas an adult woman can work like 12 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
She can be in the booth for that long.
Yep. So studios are incentivized to have adult women voicing younger boys, but there's also the added artistic bonus of the fact that because the woman is already, doesn't have to worry about her voice changing because she's already an adult, there's no worry about her growing out of the voice and not being able to do the voice anymore and having to be replaced every so often.
Like Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Like Bart Simpson has been voiced by the same woman since The Simpsons began.
I think a lot of those actors have been around since the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, we've had incidences of like them having to write characters out of The Simpsons because their voice actors have passed away, because it's like that's how long running The Simpsons is at this point.
Yeah. That or because because the voice actor is no longer available.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, I've voiced this character for so long, my contract's coming to an end. I do not wish to renew it. I wish to move on to other projects.
So I know one of Ned Flanders' wives was literally unalived off the show because the actress was leaving. And I think there was like actually some legal issues that were causing her to leave. Oh no. So what happened, I remember the story now. So what happened was that she wanted to work remotely because it was such a long commute for her to actually get to the studio. And the studio didn't want to allow her to work remotely. So instead of working with her, they killed off her character.
That's Fox for you at the time.
Yep. No, Leo, you cannot eat my phone. He is getting antsy. He knows it's time.
Mm-hmm.
Maud Flanders, yeah. I don't really follow The Simpsons, but I did hear that story. And I know enough about The Simpsons. I know the characters, I know their personalities. I know the pun with Ned Flanders that he is a Flanderization of Christianity, which is kind of ironic when you consider the fact that it's come full circle and is now actually an appropriate representation of how many Christians act.
Apparently Flanders is named after a street in Matt Groening's hometown of Portland, Oregon. Idly hold your name.
Alright, one more loop and then we're wrapping up for today. Alright. That is it. See if we could go on a raid since we got so many people here today. one of you wants to put the raid command in chat. I don't have my keyboard on me right now.
Yes.
Let's see here. Who's live? Oh, Christian's live doing hide and seek. That works. So, this is our good friend Anxious Christian. He's playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And if you have Scarlet and Violet on the Switch 1 or 2, you can actually join in with him playing a hide and seek. Though you also do need to have Nintendo Switch Online as well. But make sure you use hashtag MatsuRaiderific to let him know I sent you. And I will see you all over there. Thank you all for joining us today, and as always, I hope you all have a very